Ready?
Yeah.
You look ready.
What is going on, everybody? I hope you're ready. I'm ready. It's Tuesday. That means it's time to take another preview look at the DC books that are releasing this week. And it's a big week. Not only is it DC characters, but we have characters from The Boys, Mortal Kombat, Vampirella, Red Sonja, Samantha the Bear, Annabelle the Doll. This is a crazy week where we get the epic crossover between all of our favorite DC characters and pretty much the rest of the Warner Brothers inventory backlog of characters from across their movie universe and their book publishing universe. It's wild. There's also some DC KO stuff outside of that, absolute books, regular books. It's just a fantastic week. And if we have time, we'll take a look at some stuff that might be happening post DC KO, as well as some other stuff that I saw that was really cool at local theaters now. Unfortunately, it's not any theaters that are in my area, but maybe they're in your area. It'll be worth checking out. And we'll do all that once you hit the thumbs up button, you subscribe to the channel, and hit that join button and see if channel membership is something that's interesting to you. Let's go. Remember to check out the links in the description to any and all my videos, like Big Time Collectibles. If you need anything cleaned, pressed, or submitted to grading, Justin Comics has got you covered. If you're a channel member in the Legion tier, you know that you're in the monthly giveaway for the Legion loot. This past Sunday, we drew for the January winner, and I believe it was Remy Q Studios won for the month of January. Included in that was 4 free presses from Justin Comics. So all kinds of good stuff. Justin's awesome. Be sure to check him out. And with those channel memberships, you get the loyalty badges next to your name, as well as the custom emojis, early access to videos in the Legion tier, and your name on the Legion loot drawing in the Legion tier. So be sure to check all that out. And don't forget, the books we talk about on this channel and on numerous other channels across this YouTube thing come from ABX Comics and Games. They are the community's comic shop. If your comic shop isn't doing right by you or should be doing better, don't waste time with them. Just go ahead and hit up ABX Comics and Games, set up a long-distance pool list with them, and never miss out on any of your favorite titles. They got you covered. Burt Family 54, The Adventurous One, Joseph Michaels, House of L Comics, Brian LCS, Geek Out Roscoe. So many people in the community have moved over to ABX Comics and Games because they are the best of the best of the best, sir, with honors. So let's go ahead and check out the chat, say hey to some people. I'm excited to be here today, guys. I'm kind of feeling above the weather finally. Above the weather. Feels good to be back above the weather. That's where I'm at. I hope everybody else is feeling the same way. I hope you've all enjoyed your winter storms. We had a blast here. Clocking in first, Las Crucias, what is going on, homie? Lisa Babs, hello to you. Happy Tuesday. Glad you can make it. And we got Madam here. What is going on, Steph? Hello, hello. We got Matt in here. Hope everyone is having a good day, as I do as well. So far, so good. So far, so good. We got Scott in here. Hello from the frozen beach. I guess it's still a little cool over there where Scott is. It's not hot over here, but I am in shorts and back to barefooted. The barefooted thing is normal, but I'm in shorts right now. I had to take the longs off. It's too warm for longs. I get hot easily. We got Marty in here. Happy Tuesday, everyone from Canada. I know it's cold up there. Probably stays cold up there. Phil Ailing, what is going on? Hello to you. And there's the first one of the day. We got Marty clocking in with a $2 super chat. Marty saying goals need to be met. Hashtag Crypto Tuesday. Hashtag We Are Legion. And that's a good reminder. Every Tuesday, without exception, pretty much. Do a weekly giveaway right here live on this show, and today is no different. Today's giveaway includes the brand new DC KO Boss Battle #1. This gorgeous cover featuring Superman fighting Homelander is by none other than Derek Robertson, which is gorgeous. It's the face-off everyone's been looking forward to, been waiting on since they announced this thing. One of the many mix-up universe battles. And then the other one, the beautiful Inyuk Lee cover for Absolute Superman issue number 16. Phenomenal series, beautiful cover. So it looks like kind of celebrating Superman today, which it's always a good day to celebrate Superman. But 2 mega titles, 2 wicked awesome covers. These are being given away no matter what. But if we hit the super chat goal, I have 4 more individual comic books from across the ages of DC from multiple different characters, including they're very timely covers. When I pulled them, I'm like, these are good, these are relevant, these are awesome. So there'll be 4 more additional books, as well as stickers, magnets, trading cards, all kinds of other throw-ins if we hit the super chat goal. So that's on there every week. 2 books guaranteed, but if we hit the super chat goal, we'll throw in all the extra stuff. Scotty saying, hey, people, Tate, what is going on? Good day, sir. Good day. Hope you're having a good day. Faith and Misery, what is going on? Happy new DC Day. Vogsy, what is up, my guy? Hello, Legion and chat. It is DC Day. Jumbo, my dude, good to see you in here. Pop, just got off the phone with Pop. I was talking to him all the way up to the point of hitting live. I know he's enjoying the regular weather. Back out where he can run again. Ruby G, White Tiger, Triple C, Cool Common Collective, Ruben Guzman, my man. Phenomenal artist. Ruby G has always been like A1 Day One supporter, like Steven with a C. Awesome artist. Go to his Instagram pages. Check him out. The guy lives a very busy life. He's a new father, guys, but he's still a phenomenal artist. Reach out to him if you want some work done. Custom cards, custom comic covers, or just give him a follow because he's a really cool individual. Good. There's those custom emojis. You get access to them by joining the channel membership. But on the StreamYard end, they come up like this. But on the YouTube end, they actually come up with the pictures that I designed, which is, it look a lot better. Bryant, what is going on? I have comic issues. Hello, everyone. I hope all your issues are comics. I was just talking to you about you, Brian, with Pop. You posted a video opening up one of the boxes. Now, Bryant reached out to me asking if ABX had copies of a book that he had missed, a Green Lantern book, a Flash book, DCKO tie books. And he asked me this in the midst of this project I was working on. It's in one of my recent YouTube shorts. So just catch everybody up. For months, I've been listening to YouTube or hanging out on chats or this and that, people in the community, and I've been paying attention and listening to them talk. And the whole time I've been keeping sticky notes and writing down little notes when I hear them mention things that they want, they like, they wish they had. And over a couple months, I started trying to pick all those things up, as many as I could off the list. Like, I had way more people than I could do at once, but I started, as I found stuff, and I was finding ways just to curate what's called AOKs. When I first got on YouTube some years ago, people used to send AOKs and receive AOKs, which was short for acts of kindness. You just kind of like, here, homie, just because I'm giving you something. And I sent out like 10 of them to unsuspecting people, and I threw some piggyback stuff inside Bryant's, and I think he's the first person to open one. I think you were the first person to open one, Bryant. So he opened that. So be sure to check out Bryant's YouTube channel and give his video a watch, and be on the lookout, because I'm going to continue taking notes. I'm going to continue collecting stuff along the way and continue sending stuff out. Some stuff people mention is a little bit harder to get than others, but I wanted to kind of be stuff that I know that they're into, or I know that they like. It's not necessarily expensive or necessarily cheap. It's just kind of is based off what I hear people talking about. My cats are begging to go outside because they already forgot how they didn't like the snow 2 days ago. Yeah, short-term memory. Ronnie Johnson, sup, dude. 45-month strong. Brother John says, what's good, brothers and sisters? Hashtag we are Legion. There's nothing fun about 14 inches. Yeesh. Clip that for sure. AR, what's up? It's 58 in Atlanta. We made it through. Let's go. Yes, sir, we did. Another one bites at us. What was it? AR, was it like, how many years ago was it snowpocalypse in Atlanta where all the cars were just like on the medium and on the side of the road because it was just impossible to drive? But yeah, us down here in the South, our cities, our roads, our vehicles, we don't have them prepared for weather like that. So you got to know when to sit down, kind of thing. You really, really got to know when to sit down. Got Tate Prime coming in with a $2 super chat. Dude, I love that movie so much. Rocking a Godzilla shirt right now. I think this is my current favorite shirt. It's like my newest shirt I have. But I did a video opening and reviewing the Steelbook 4K release for this Godzilla yesterday. Godzilla is always on my mind. King Kong's always on my mind. We are in February. That means this month is season 2 of Monarch Legacy of Monsters on Apple TV. I highly recommend people check some of your services, like your cell phone service or your cable provider, if that's a thing, internet provider. A lot of these places have built-in promos for these streaming services. I didn't know it till like 4 months ago when I don't remember what I did, but I contacted Xfinity, Comcast. I was doing something. I was updating my card information. I was doing something, but just in random passing of like, yeah, did you activate your free Peacock service? I'm like, what are you talking about? They're like, yeah, you get free Peacock service by being a customer of ours. I'm like, it comes with it. That's pretty cool because whatever value that is, that's basically subtract off the bill. So a lot of these places have different promos. Because I had a Samsung TV, I got 90 days free of Apple TV, which I thought was wild. But yeah, there's some good stuff on Apple. Highly recommend Monarch Legacy of Monsters Season 2 out February 28th, I think, 20 something. Geek Out with Roscoe, what is going on, homie? Hey everyone, I hope you're all having a freaking phenomenal day. Phenomena. I am so far. What's going on, Kev? Hey all, what is up, homie? Good to see you in here. Random Reads. I got a surprise AOK yesterday. Thank you, Mark. Hey, you were the first person to mention that yours has arrived outside of Bryant. That's what I was just talking to Pops about. Because Pops, I box stuff up, I package stuff, and I pass it off to Pops. He comes by my job. Like today's Tuesday. Pops will swing by my job on Wednesday mornings, or either when he drops the kids off to me after work, and I'll trade and I'll hand him packages, and then he'll get them shipping labels made and get them to the post office. That's how we get stuff out at a timely fashion. It takes a team effort. So Pops is meticulous about giving people tracking numbers, watching packages. When they're set out for delivery, he'll reach out to people and say, hey, it looks like your package is set for delivery today, so they can watch for it. Porch pirates and stuff like that are out there. But Pops hasn't been able to do that with these AOKs because they're meant to be a secret. So he's been messaging me, blah, 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 out for delivery, out for delivery, out for delivery, da, da, da. And I'm like, and I was telling him just before the stream, like the only person I've heard from is Bryant so far. So it's good. We can check another one off. Got a surprise AOK yesterday. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Kev. I appreciate you, my friend. I appreciate your time hanging out, the great conversations, the laughs. I appreciate you thinking about me when you went to Ollie's all those times ago and found that Turok in a mystery bag. I thank you, good sir. We appreciate you. House of L, what is going on? And I'm back. I missed everything from that Justin Press ad. There you go. Don't worry, though, man. It's all recorded. You can always rewatch. That's awesome. I think it's awesome. Those are great. And indeed, and I needed them all. See, that was my thing, man. When I heard you mention that you wanted that run, I'm like, I know where to find some. So I try to get a spread. I'm like, I don't know which direction of the run that he'll end up finding or collecting from. So let me get some from this end of the run and some from this end of the run. Dude, I got my AC on down here and making, yeah. I just leave the doors open until pretty much it starts hitting 80s. The Hellcrow book, I want to get signed by you, DJ, and Christopher Heroes. We will all be there. Bring it. Do it. I had a 20-inch icicle this morning. Oh, that's crazy. Yo, Finn was trying to stab me with icicles when we were running around playing in the snow. I'm like, dude, this is all fun and games, but that's gonna hurt. Don't hit me too hard. We'll start talking about Action 1 and see if it comes up in the mail. I got a reprint with your name on it, Pops. Make sure you hit that like button. I appreciate that. I'm just happy it's finally above freezing here, a whopping 33 degrees. So some of the snow can start melting. Yeah, dude, that's one thing too, right? That's a good point. When it gets down into like the teens and the single digits, 32, 30, anything with a 3 feels like a relief. Because I tend to go to work early in the morning, and here in Georgia, winter time's kind of like desert weather. You know, you'll wake up and it'll be 22 degrees, but come 2 o'clock, it'll be like 60, 68 degrees, you know? So you have to dress for every season. And when I'm out there and it's still dark, sun ain't come up yet, I'm having to open metal latches and open metal gates and all this stuff. It is some kind of cold down there in those low numbers. When it starts to get up to the 3s and the 30s, I can start taking jackets and stuff off. Peacocks, are they delicious? My cats would just kill them. Mystery Unboxing with Wayne. What is going on? Good to see you. I think it's the first time I've seen that name, Mystery Unboxing with Wayne. See, you got a wrench, so it's just must be a new handle. Wayne Deacon, I'm assuming that is. I'm going to go out on a limb because YouTube changes from channel names to the @ symbols. I'm going to assume that's Wayne Deacon. Yeah, every few years, they put Atlanta drivers to the tune of yakety sacks on the news, and the rest of the country laughs. Yeah, like a Benny Hill routine. Garfong, what is going on, homie? Good to see you. Got my package yesterday, not an AK. LOL. Yeah, you're a winner, Joe. Even better. You are a winner. Sorry, I'm back. Was taking my brother who lives overseas and got to FaceTime with my nephew who was, dude, that's awesome. That's awesome. Peacock's cawing sounds like grandma's yelling for help. Help. That's funny. I did not know that. That's a fun fact of the day. Fun fact of the day. All right, let me get this pulled up. We got down to the bottom there. Beckerman, what is going on, brother? Good to see you in here. Hello, hello. Let me share this screen and let's take a look at what's dropping this week from DC Comics. There's some exciting stuff, some long-awaited stuff. Long-awaited stuff. All right, here we go. Looks like a strong top row if you take out the Ultimate stuff. Ultimate Wolverine, Ultimate Endgame. I'm not pulling any of those at this point. I did read the first issue of Ultimate Wolverine when it came out. I didn't think it was bad at all. I just knew that I wasn't investing into the Ultimate Universe. As far as Ultimate Endgame, I don't know. I didn't even buy a blind bag. Didn't even participate in playing with the blind bags. But we all saw what happened with those blind bags. That was unfortunate on Marvel's part. So it's a shame. I know some people are still dealing with trying to return them due to damages and stuff. All right, let's take a look though. There's some good stuff out here you're going to want to see. I don't want to see this one. Even if you're not picking up, keeping up, or reading all of Absolute Superman, you might want to take this issue into consideration. It's a big showdown issue. They introduced Absolute Hawkman inside the pages of the one-shot called Forever Evil, which is a twist in itself. The name of that book was a plot twist, all to be revealed in the title that the Legion of Doom in this dark side driven world is technically the Justice League. It is Forever Justice. But Hawkman was pretty much a assassin, a hitter for the villains. He takes out Oliver Queen inside the pages of that one shot. I'm sorry if that sounds spoilerish, but it came out months ago, giving you context to this. In the previous issue of Superman, which was kind of like a cool down issue after the Battle of Kansas, Superman just kind of doing daily Superman life routine stuff and things. He was floating in the sky when they kind of crosses paths with this known to the readers assassin, this crazy, wicked, cool designed Hawkman. I got to tell you, his outfit reminds me of Black Hawk with the kind of like the pilot jacket kind of thing, the all black, but he's wrapped up like a mummy as well. We don't know if he's disfigured, if he's super old. He's wrapped up like a mummy with the design. It looks really, 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 really cool. But this shot of them flying toward each other, he's got his mace that's lit up, the cape that's made of the ash from Krypton trailing behind Superman, the sunlight, and it's a great cover. It's a great cover. And the covers for the upcoming books for all of our heroes tend to kind of be face-off covers. They were kind of rolling in new villains. Like Wonder Woman will have Giganta on one. Flash will have the who we think is Grandpa Thrawn or Reverse Flash, the entity that came out of the portal that gave Wally his powers and Flash. So you're going to see a lot of these matchup covers coming up. But this is pretty wicked. So we're going to get the face-off between them two. That's interesting cover. But there you go. There's the In-Hyuk Lee cover. It's pretty dope. In-Hyuk Lee is a really good artist, but that's a great, great cover. That's part of the giveaway for today. Now, I wish we would have got more Hawkman covers. I don't know if there was like an assignment that you couldn't just doing them on the A cover, but it'd been cool to get some close-ups of them or something like that. But a crucial follow-up to Absolute Evil #1, it says, Superman finds himself at the forefront of a bold new age of heroes in the Absolute Universe, but he quickly learns that he wasn't the world's first superpowered protector. Enter Hawkman, who has a few tips for the new kid, whether he wants to hear them or not. Absolute Evil did introduce us to the concept of the JSA existing in this absolute world. They came, they went, and they went at the hands of Hawkman, it seemed like, who made a deal with the devil or the normal would-be super villains. But this gives us more than just that as well. It definitely gives us more on Hawkman himself, origin, flashback, stuff like that. There's a lot of good meat on the bone with this title. So I highly encourage people, if you're curious about the greater absolute universe, stuff starting to really unfold, starting to introduce threads that we can tie together. We had our first crossover with Batman and Wonder Woman over the past couple of months, and there's more to come. I know that Hawkman doesn't have his own title. The JSA didn't have their own title, but these are characters that are appearing in Superman's title. Hawkman isn't someone you assume to be a Superman villain, but neither was Ra's al Ghul, and we saw that played out in an epic 15-issue run. So who knows what the future holds? I don't. I definitely don't. What is going on? Entropy in Comics. Good to see you, Kev. Hello. I'm looking forward to reading this. Yeah, man, it's good. And getting them signed next week. Oh, super cool. Super cool. I know Beckerman lives in an area where they do a lot of signings. Chris or Flo Dameron, he lives over there in New York where they do tons of signings and stuff. We don't really get him down here like that. I enjoy that cover. It's a nice one. Sorry, I thought this was DC Boss Battle. Oh, no, we're getting there. We're getting there. What do you think about Mark Waid saying he wants to do an absolute dead man? We kind of touched on that and talked on it Sunday night during At Week's End. Burke Family 54 Comics and Sector 2815, plus myself, they mentioned that Mark Waid wanting to do a dead man title. And my immediate response was that would be awesome. It would also be very interesting watching someone who's embedded in DC knowledge, history, and lore as Mark Waid try to write outside of those parameters. I think that would really bring something unique to it. And they both laughed and said that's what he pointed out in the interview. It'd be challenging and he looks forward to it. So I'm all for it. I've been a Mark Waid fan since I was in elementary school, thanks to his work with Alex Ross on Kingdom Come. I skipped it, Scotty. I think Mark will like the DC X WWE. I think it's DC AEW. AEW is the company under there. Izzy can verify that. I'll see Mark Waid soon. I'll ask, dude, super cool. Super cool. Yeah, I really enjoy Mark Waid's body of work. Next level. Batman number 6. This is Batman proper outside of the absolute universe. One of the better selling books across all publishers is Batman. That's always the case. Similar to Spider-Man with Marvel, it's kind of a guaranteed sell, but how guaranteed, how high of sales definitely does kind of ebb and flow based on the quality of the book or the hype behind it. We got a brand new Batman series that started on issue 1, written by Matt Fraction, that set some records, did some things, got a lot of heat, a lot of momentum early on with the blind bag, and it's definitely sets itself apart from the absolute line. And I kind of go both ways on this one, guys. This one it's not great. It's nothing to the point. There's nothing about it yet that I would recommend it to somebody, like somebody who's into comics, who's read comics and said, should I be reading the new Batman? I would say, it's Batman. There's nothing iconic about it. There's nothing memorable about it yet. There's nothing milestone savvy about it. None of that, but it's Batman. It's decent. It's good. There's some aspects to the format of the writing, to the tone of it, that I think is really well done. And I think it'll build over time. So I got no complaints, but it's nothing that I can hype up. And I hope that comes off the right way. I don't want people to think I'm saying this is a bad book. I'm not. After he survives date night from hell, the long night isn't over for Bruce Wayne. While he juggles multiple needs as Bruce, Hugo Strange's monster men attack a petrochemical facility and force Batman into action. Gotham City becomes a powder keg as superstar Matt Fraction and Jorge Jimenez continue their acclaimed run on the Caped Crusader. Okay. So Batman fighting Hugo Strange monsters men at a chemical factory. Cool. Okay, what about the Minotaur that we introduced 3 issues ago? What about the alpha of the organized crime families that are after this brain implant technology that Wayne Enterprise is trying to figure out if they're going to fund, fuel, protect, or shut down? What about that? What about Vandal Savage running the police department and bringing in outside security forces to run a hit against all the vigilantes in the city? What about that? See, this is what the Ultimate Superman or Superman Unlimited series does wrong. Tell a story or don't tell a story, but don't try to do both. That's kind of my thing. That's where it throws me off. But some of the pacing issues, we spend like over half a book with characters that are seemingly meaningless with dialogue that amounts to nothing, and we don't go anywhere. Like, I want the book to go somewhere. It's easy to praise this book after issue 5, which was like this really fun, kind of action-packed, fast-paced issue, the first one in the entire series. But looking at it as a whole, it's just, you know, gas company monster fight. Okay. There's a lot of important stuff happening at DC right now, but okay. We'll do that. Yeah, AEW, as he says. Oh, we got Steven with the C dropping in with a $2 super chat. Happy new DC Day, Legionnaires.
Goodbye.
Yeah, that's an awesome clip right there. That's such a moment in cinema right there. Holy potatoes. So I didn't know the difference. I just know you talk about wrestling. Rarely. Ever since Sting retired, I've retired. I've enjoyed this. Yep. I didn't know there was a wrestling term based on root beer. Me neither. It's solid. It's not great, but good. Yeah, that's how I feel about it. Did you talk about DCKO coverage yet? Nope, we're going through them in order, just whatever order they're listed at. Joffrey, what is going on? Good to see you. Yeah, Vogsy, there you go. It was Vogsy that recommended that clip to me. I told you I take recommendations. I don't take directions, but I take recommendations. Happy DC Tuesday to you too. Hope you're having a good one. All right, let's see what else we got on here. How many super chats is that? I got to open it up on my phone so I keep up with it. It doesn't show up on the StreamYard end here like it does on the YouTube end. Let's see, so I don't leave people hanging here. All right, that puts it at 3 out of 5. We're up to 3 out of 5. There we go. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Scotty. Thanks, Joe. All right. What's next? We got Batman. We got Absolute Superman. And next up, we have Absolute Green Lantern number 11. This wicked cool cover featuring Tamar Ray right there, front and center, who was introduced a few issues ago. I don't know if y'all can see this on the bottom left. Bonus DC Vertigo preview, Brutal Dark. Different issues this week on different titles have different previews for DC Vertigo, which was announced back at a con that they're bringing that back some time ago. We brought back the Elseworld imprint. We're bringing back the Vertigo imprint. And Bleeding Hearts was previewed inside of Superman, and Brutal Dark is previewed inside of Absolute Green Lantern. So if you're curious about the upcoming Vertigo stuff, you can get some samplers in this week's DC. So be sure to check that stuff out. And I'm sure with these samples will come at popping up on social media and stuff like that. But on the run, Jo Mullein is on the run. Can she get to the bottom of who is after her and how they keep tracking her location before it's too late? In the last issue, which was wicked cool, the hitman for Hector Hammond came and almost killed Jo Mullein. She ended up killing him. It was wicked. Simon Baz shows up at Chase's apartment where Joe was hiding out to get there to help Chase, only to find Jo Mullein, who was the mysterious target that all this mysterious stuff is happening around. So, like, we have a lot of our characters grouped up together. They also come to the realization that Hector Hammond is behind some of this stuff, that people after him and all that, and they realize the threat level of that. It was also revealed in the last issue that Hector Hammond has created Obsidian, the character Obsidian. He by messing with some of these powers, these forces, these alien entity energy sources that he has discovered in Evergreen, he has managed to get a result that he desired. So I don't necessarily expect to see that in this issue, but we'll see what they do now that they know that Hector Hammond is after them and they are on the run. They could really do for some better variants on some of these. We got a Gillian March cover. Looks pretty cool. Her face looks super mean. That one's weird. Chuma Hill variant. I don't know. I want some constructs. Give some constructs. I like that one. That makes sense. That's Denise Cohen. Yeah, that one looks good. More classic art. Yeah, it looks good. And then the main cover on this one's definitely my favorite. Got Tamar Ray right there lit up. But yeah, Absolute Green Lantern. How many of y'all are reading Absolute Green Lantern? How many of y'all are keeping up with that? You still have Sam jumping on the light cycle from, yep. Now this I can do. Yep, sure do. All right, guys, this was a, man, this was an emotional hit right here. This one will just make you drop the book and say, damn. And then at the end of it, like have you on your feet saying, let's freaking go. This was a roller coaster ride right here. This Batman Night Fight 4 out of 4. It's a 4-issue miniseries that spun out of DC KO issue 1. Like it was no secret at this point. Batman is like the first person of any kind of stature that's eliminated out of the tournament, stabbed in the back by the Joker, seemingly killed. He had a fail-safe plan for the tournament, or if his heart stops beating, or if he's stagnant for too long, a mother box that he had on his person would get him out of there, and it did. But the Heart of Apocalypse recognized the cheat. Batman tried to cheat, so it took him down through there, through a journey through a world manifested by it and its power, where he had to face his biggest fears, his biggest challenges, and even himself facing off against older otherworld versions of Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, Tim Drake, and then ultimately with Damian in this issue. It was revealed at the end of the last issue that he'll be facing off with a grown Damian who also has a son, aka Bruce's grandchild. This right here, guys, this was something kind of special. And the way it ends, dude, will have you on your feet, like ready for the next issue of DCKO. But for Batman to win, does Damian have to lose? Bruce Wayne became Batman to strike terror into the hearts of criminals, but he never imagined a world where Gotham City would be so safe if it no longer needs its caped crusader. But when he arrives in Gotham, where Damian achieved that very peace, will Bruce destroy everything his son has built to overcome the Heart Apocalypse's test and re-enter the KO tournament? You'll have to read it to find out, but I'll tell you right now, it's worth every penny you spend on it. Finding out, look at that. That's really cool. Chris Burnham variant. That's really cool. You got this Otherworld Bruce fighting with grown Damian there. I love the design on Damian's bat suit, by the way. That's Damian standing there. It's reminiscent of how we saw it in Batman 666. It's reminiscent of how we saw it in Deceased when we do the time jump into the later volumes after volume 1. And it's got its own little flair for this. But yeah, it's wicked. Look at that. There, that's a cool cover because it kind of highlights all 4 issues there for all the grown versions of his wards that he had to face off with. That's cool. That's a Yasmin Putri variant. Dustin Nguyen? I don't know. That's pretty cool. Little watercolors. But yeah, A cover for me. I'm an A cover guy on that one. Yeah, it's good stuff right there. Let's see. This March almost looks like a Michael Turner. Oh, the Gillian March. The last issue of Night Fight was wow at the end. Yeah, wait till you read this one, Bogsy. Yeah, this one, I got to say, it got better with every issue. Got better with every issue. Night Fight has been so good. Depth worth picking up 100%. It's the only tie-in I'm reading. I hope you read the All Fight Month stuff from December, the 1v1 books. They were pretty fun. 2 of them were just absolute stinkers, but most of them were great. I just go back and get the Aquaman versus Hawkman one. Peak. Oh, thank you, madam. But yeah, good stuff there. Let's see what's next. Spider-Man X-Men. Here it is. The big one for the week. I think this is going to be the big seller for this week. Be hard not to. DCKO Boss Battle. They've done a small handful of one-shots through this event. All Fight Month was just that, All Fight Month. It took place in one-shots or in existing issues of books that were already affected by the event. But we had The Kids Are All Fight last week, which was amazing. And now we have Boss Battle number 1. This is the one that they talked about at New York Comic-Con or San Diego Comic-Con, whatever Comic-Con it was, when they revealed that this DCKO event will be bringing in characters from other properties, IPs, universes, whatever, that are technically owned by Warner Brothers. Boss Battle covers will all sell out. I'm calling it. Yeah, DC's been selling like gangbusters here in town. I can definitely see that, my man. I can definitely see that. Boss Battle one shot. Yeah, Boss Battle one shot. The events of Boss Battle take place between issue 3 of DCKO and issue 4 of DCKO. If you read issue 3 of DCKO, you know that it ended with the final 4 combatants, Superman, Wonder Woman, Lex, and Joker, being deemed the winner of that round and taken to their next battle, where they came to what they identified as, what alternate world is this? And them saying, this isn't. This is our world. It's just been terraformed by Apocalypse and Darkseid. And when they say that, crackle, crackle, pow, pow, meet your competitors, the absolute Trinity walked up. Absolute Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman. The cover A for DCKO number 4 has the absolute Trinity on it. It's a crossover battle between DC Comics and Absolute DC, but it's not like the version of the Absolute characters that we're reading in their proper books. It's just a version of the Absolute Trinity, as you've seen through other events. DC Comics is a multiverse, and even the Legion of Darkseid that they're having to contend with is not the original Our Earth Darkseid. It's a corrupted one from a different time and place. So it's one of those situations. But with this boss battle, events, forces, and things happen in that moment right there. Before that fight starts, this issue right here takes place for reasons I won't say or spoil. But they write it in and make it make sense that our heroes and some extra heroes that you can see featured on the cover here, so I'm not spoiling anything. You know, you got Plastic Man front and center right there in the back. You have Black Lightning right here. You have Star Sapphire right here, and you have Batwoman right there. You have 4 more combatants on DC side. So 8 DC characters against 8 non-DC characters, including the Annabelle doll, Homelander, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Vampirella, Sub-Zero and Scorpion from Mortal Kombat, Red Sonja, and Samantha the Bear from Beneath the Trees Where No One Sees, which is a newer comic book. Annabelle is wild. Tate, you don't know the half of it. Yes, sir. Annabelle is wild, and it plays out geniusly in the book. But man, I guess I'll read the synopsis because I don't want to be the one to spoil anything. And we'll look at some of these covers. To save the world, they must battle the champions of other worlds. Unexpected fighters from beyond the DC universe enter the arena. Wait, what? Who? As the remaining champions in the DCKO tournament prepare for the final rounds, they discover that there isn't enough Omega energy left to crown the winner a king. To have any hope of stopping Darkseid, they'll need to engage in combat with the champions of other worlds beyond our own, including the ones that I mentioned. This shocking star-studded crossover sets the stage for the final chapters of the epic KO event and features matchups you've never imagined possible. That's super true. The ultimate battle is only the beginning. So there it is. It kind of gives you, it's identified, it's recognized that there's not enough Omega energy consumption. We are still lacking Omega energy to be able to pull this off. And forces a situation where we can take a quick rabbit hole into this fight that we are choosing to do, so that we can gather up some more Omega energy before facing off with this absolute Trinity. It was NYCC. I was there. There you go. There you go. NYCC it is. But yeah, that's the A cover. Super cool. I picked that one up. This one right here, there's Derek Robertson. Of course, I picked this one up for today's giveaway. Of course, Superman fighting Homelander. This is the face-off that I believe most people will be most excited for out of all the ones included. For me personally, it was this and then the Mortal Kombat characters, because they're the most iconic, recognizable to me. This one because it's Superman. In all reality, like, you don't have to think about it. You don't have to debate it. You don't have to wonder. Superman will drag this guy. He with or without the red underwear on, Superman will drag this guy. It's not even funny. Just go back in my mind to that episode of The Boys where they're on the plane. He's like, I can't lift the plane. Are you crazy? Well, Superman can, with his eyes closed, in his sleep, with one leg tied behind his back. But I think that this cover perfectly highlights the approach they took to it, you know, with the eye lasers there. The matchups are wild for sure. Some of them might not be the matchup that you expect. There's a little bit of I don't want to say a swerve. That's not necessarily fair. Like, you have like covers like this from Patrick Horvath with Samantha the Bear and Joker on there. leading you to assume that these two are matching up in the battle. That's not necessarily true. Vampirella and Wonder Woman, Red Sonja and Sabrina the Teenage Witch. You got that's a Frank Cho Wonder Woman going 1v3 on the cover there. That's not necessarily true. Remember, these are covers. These are covers. And this gorgeous wraparound. This thing's awesome by Jeffrey Spokes. This one is awesome. There's even a foil version of it. It's flipping cool. I really like it. Now, I didn't get it, unfortunately, but it's super cool. The Gleb Melenkov. It looks like you have MJF from AEW jumping on Lex's arm. There's been a lot of these AEW covers to kick off the AEW DC crossover book that's also out this week. Then you get a blank for Boss Battles. Now, I think you can do a lot of work with a blank for Boss Battles, be that it's naturally a crossover book with different properties from different places. It would encourage you to do the same. So I'm curious how many of these blanks Izzy is getting and what he already has in mind for some crossovers. Like, I want to see Aang from The Last Airbender fighting Quaritch from Avatar. You know what I'm saying? Like, just think of the height difference right there. That would be cool. Let's get Avatar versus Avatar on Boss Battles. I got the blank and some of the other covers. Covers are lies. They can be. They can be. I can't bear those misleading covers. So there's a pun in there. I love a good wraparound. Yes, sir. Boss Battle blanks fire. Yeah, these are made for Roscoe, who's like a known jam piece artist, cartoonist. He regularly jams characters together to create his own little amalgams of stuff and things. So I'm excited to see what some people are going to do with those. We got our next $2 super chat and one step closer to today's bonus prizes. Let's hit it. Garvong says, all the Boss Battle covers are awesome. Loving DC. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I appreciate the $2 super chat. T-Dub says, reach around is greater than wrap around. Kevin Davis, what is going on, homie? Good to see you in here. I do believe Sony and Marvel sitting out on Super Bowl is a good thing. I 1000% agree with you. We touched on that Sunday, didn't we? Why pay millions and millions of dollars to run a trailer ad when you can just drop it on your own social media and make millions and millions of dollars? It makes no sense. Warner Brothers ran the test experiment last year by not dropping the Superman trailer, and they proved that it was profitable, smart, and worked out well. It even broke viewing records that they track and keep up with number of views and time spans and stuff, with people ready to see that Superman trailer. So yeah, I think it's smart. I'm in agreement with you big time. Am I sensing a collaboration, Roscoe? I don't know. I want to see Alf versus My Pet Monster in a bloody battle. Wow, that's brutal. When do we get Rainbow Bright versus Gorilla Grodd? LOL. Hey, it's coming any day now, right? Any day. We're almost there. We're almost there. Gorilla Grodd is in play in this boss battle issue. So that was a good guess right there. Your senses are strong. Your senses are strong. And that puts us at 4 out of 5 of our super chats for the day to add the bonus books and the bonus prizes in there with today's giveaway. One away. One away. All right, let's see what's next on the list here. Let's see what we have next. The next Batgirl issue 16 is out. Of course, awesome covers. Still going strong. Poison Ivy number 41. Still mind-blowing that Poison Ivy is now over 40 issues. And as always, she has some of the best variants of the week. This B. Nuvovich is just gorgeous. She's just in her regular Pamela Isley outfit, and it's still just freaking gorgeous. Like, that's just a beautiful cover. And look at that. This Q Young Eom, this Eom who does terrible covers for Aquaman. If you could just draw better faces on Aquaman, it would be like the best Aquaman covers of the year, but works great for Poison Ivy. But just gorgeous kind of painted, great with lighting and like very, very high-end detail and stuff. But look at this cover. Look at her fingers. Like, look at the innocent softness to her face, but then just the violent, like, just wildness to her hands. Just the contrast on that is wild. This crazy good artist. I just wish Eom could knock out male faces. Not a chance in hell, though, right now. Not a chance in hell. He'll have this beautifully painted Aquaman book where he's ripped like Rambo with all the detail in his chainmail to all like the shine and like a reflective detail to his suit. And then his face will look like a 6-year-old girl on Arthur. Just, it's such a letdown. I would be buying all those Aquaman variants in a heartbeat if the faces just didn't look like they were drawn by somebody else. In your twisted, deranged, inappropriate mind. Who are you talking to like that? Oh, T-dubs. I think your keyboard may be sticky. We got another $2 super chat from Free Key Louis. Voltron versus Megazord. Ooh. Is that a question? Voltron versus the Megazord? Just the standard MMPR Megazord versus Voltron. Now, personally, my allegiance is to the Power Rangers. Realistically, if we're statting them, Voltron bodies the Megazord, does it not? Now, the Megazord can level up, or we got the Dragon Zord, so we have the Super Dragon Megazord. Then you have you bring Titano in the mix. So there's levels to the Megazord of how much it needs to bring to the table. But just the OG MMPR Megazord, I think Voltron bodies, dude. Voltron's no joke. No joke at all. Got another $2 super chat from Steven with the C. Toss some extras in, Mark. You got it, homie.
I understand.
I understand. They will be tossed in there. You got it. Voltron wins that one. Yeah, dude. I enjoy both. You know what I'm saying? And I love my Power Rangers, but I'm honest enough and man enough to admit like a popularity contest ain't going to save them. You know what I mean? Kevin says Josh DeMero will do better job than Bob Chapek as Disney CEO. Dana Walden will take risk as president of Disney Studios. I don't know how either of them are in the conversation because Bob Chapek has been gone for a long time. Bob Iger is the Disney CEO right now. Bob Chapek was the fall man that they brought in for like a year during COVID when between the two Bob Iger stints. So I don't know. Bob Iger, you got to give him credit for what he did in his first run. His second run, he hadn't really been able to save him though. But I'm curious to see when the next leadership comes in. I think Bob Iger should retire and write a book like that. As a businessman, he's impressive. He's had some tough years under him these last few, but Bob Chapek was just a fall guy that they put in there for a little while. Chapek was there for like a year and a half. Quit at 4 a.m. in the morning while everyone was sleeping. Resigned. Ryan Riley, what is going on? Yeah, gorgeous Poison Ivy. Voltron could tag team with Darugu XV and Gladiator. Yeah, there you go. Japanese Spider-Man robot, Voltron, Megazord. Oh, wow. That's bold right there. Yeah, cool Poison Ivy covers for all you cover buyers out there. Good stuff. Avengers, Wolverine, Spawn. Here we go. JSA number 16. Guys, I can't sing the praises of this book enough. We're up to chapter 4. Go back and grab the last 3 issues when you go to pick this one up. The issue number is technically 16, but right there on the cover, center bottom, chapter 4, JSA year 1 is the story we're doing. It's an origin book. We go back to the beginning, to the very beginning, to when all of these characters first meet each other. You get introduced to them, their powers, and some distrust between them as individuals that are just learning of each other, with a story about them stopping and foiling a Nazi plan here in the States. It's classic JSA greatness. And it's an entry point. If there's ever a need for a JSA entry point, it's now. After the introduction of the characters gave through Black Adam to the masses, after we had that unfortunate Jeff Johns run that just faced delays and unfulfilled promises, it was so good, but it was just one of those things that's like, oh man, the Ghost Machine stuff got in the way and ultimately didn't come to fruition. And then the unfortunate start to this Jeff Lemire run, which is a great start. It's a great story, but it's just so in the weeds. You really have to come in as an existing JSA Infinity Inc. fan, or it's too much to handle. Well, now with this JSA year 1 stuff, it's the polar opposite. They're finally catering to the newer fans. It's more accessible. And even me, who I'm familiar with the JSA, I love the JSA and the Golden Age characters. This is a blast for me, even. I cannot recommend this enough. If you're loving the absolute stuff, if you're loving DC right now and you want to try some other stuff out, this is the book that you need to go to. This year one Golden Age character showcase right here is such a crucial book to get familiar with these other characters, these other eras, and how it will be feeding knowledge into the future as well while you're doing it. It's such a good bridge book. And there's a huge Spectre storyline coming right after this that I want everyone on board now, so you're ready for that. Because when that Spectre storyline gets here, I'm going to be harping about it the whole time it's out. So this is something that y'all all should really check out. Each of these year one issues showcase 2 different characters on the cover, so it's making this beautiful cover set for this whole run. It's just good stuff. As our heroes converge on Starco in Gotham City, the villain pulling all the strings is finally revealed. So guys, check it out. Check it out. Jeff Lemire is doing good stuff. He's writing Absolute Flash right now. I believe he's going to be our writer for Firestorm coming up right after KO. Once we get into the next DC Next Level, we're in the DC All-In era right now. We're switching up to DC Next Level right after DC KO. So I really, 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 really encourage y'all to give this book a chance. Give this book a shot. It reads smooth. The art is fantastic. And it's so fun. It's so fun. It's got action. It's got mystery, good characterization. You'll like it. You'll feel like a DC aficionado by the time you get to part 4 here, because you'll know so many new characters from across the ages. This is what you need to check out. I do believe Dave Filoni will still move forward with Kathleen Kennedy projects, even if they do go Disney Plus. Nah. Kathleen Kennedy didn't even move forward with Kathleen Kennedy projects while she was in charge of Star Wars. If you look at all the Kathleen Kennedy projects that were announced under her leadership of Star Wars, I think maybe 18% of them were made. I mean, officially announced. We bring showrunners on a stage and have them talk about the project. We show timelines up. Kathleen Kennedy didn't even go forward with her projects. So I seriously doubt that they have any desire to do anything that she had in her crackpot mind. The only successful things that happened at Star Wars under Kathleen Kennedy are Filoni projects in year one, or Rogue One. As soon as Kathleen Kennedy would insert herself or bring something, it flopped, failed, or just ruined it. I doubt he has any allegiance to whatever on paper storyline she had going in her mind. I think with the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, that they take an axe, a really big axe, and they start chopping up all the ideas and papers and stuff in that office, and they just let him cook from scratch. We're going to get this Starfighter movie, which I don't know who ultimately came up with that idea, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Jeff Lemire rules, I agree. Andor, which is Rogue One stuff, good stuff. Skeleton Key, I couldn't finish it. I have nothing really bad to say about it, other than I was unable to connect with it in any meaningful way where I wanted to watch it, if that makes sense. I got no complaints with it breaking canon or being poorly this or that. There's just nothing there to connect with for me as an audience member. I kind of want to go back and finish it. I watched 4 episodes, I think. And then I just forgot to watch it one week that it even existed. And then I forgot to watch it the second week that it even existed. And at that point, I'm like, oh, now I'm behind 2 episodes. I don't care. But yeah, good on them for trying something different. But I think that's kind of the problem. We don't need to do something different. We just need to do what people like about Star Wars. You know what I mean? I think that's why Andor works, because that's what people like about Star Wars. The political intrigue. That's a big part of Star Wars, especially after the prequels. They spent a lot of time with political intrigue in Star Wars. It's a thing. Department of Truth number 35 is back this week. I love that series. That book was made for me. Perfectly timed with its release this week, too. Yeah. Those that know will understand that one. Batman Static Beyond number 3. Hey, what a big year for Static, am I right? We're up to issue 3 of this Elseworlds title. And then with DCKO, The Kids Are All Fight, the return of Virgil, aka Static, to the DC main timeline. Where's he been? What's he been up to? Why is he wearing his costume from the TV show? We don't know. They're going to answer those questions, though, in the New History of the DC Universe one-shot titled The Dakota Incident. They revealed in the New History of the DC Universe that the Dakota characters exist now in continuity with the main DC Universe, which is the smartest thing they could possibly do, in my opinion. Bring them in. That way you can use them. They can be backup characters. They can be here. They can be there. They can do all these things when they don't have their ongoing title going. So it's really, really cool. Really, really, really cool. So I haven't read Batman Static Beyond. I haven't picked it up. I figured that it's one I might go back and get a collected volume of or something. But I'm definitely down for the mainline stuff that they have coming. So be on the lookout. Go back and get The Kids Are All Fight if you missed that. That was a fun issue. But I guess you don't have to go get it. The important thing is, Granny Goodness plans to find these kids. She's been after these kids since like the Jeff Johns stuff that he was doing. I brought back like Michael Holt's son, revealed he was alive, the Golden Age sidekick to Mr. Terrific, and also revealed that Granny Goodness was after Virgil. After Virgil. So yeah, we'll see. Politics and lightsabers. What could go wrong? We saw what could go wrong. The Clone Wars, the rise of the Empire. And then Kathleen Kennedy showing up. All those things, side effects of politics and lightsabers. I'm worried Filoni would just want to keep making Ahsoka blandness and Rebels spinoffs. Ooh, I thought Ahsoka was pretty solid, man. Outside of the zombie stormtroopers being like soup or corny, the rest of it I thought was really solid. You know, and I'm anything but an easy sell for Disney stuff. And I thought Ahsoka was really solid. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed Ahsoka to the level that like I went back and watched Rebels. There's parts of it I don't care about. There's some of it, I mean, it's a kid's cartoon fluff. That's the downside when they're building these things off the backs of kids' cartoon fluff shows. Like, why? Like, that's going to have its own negative side effect where people don't watch those because it wasn't geared, aimed, or meant for them. So that you now have homework, and you now have all this hidden lore, and you're doing stuff in these live action shows that are only meaningful if you watch those things. So that has that negative side effect. But the characters are pretty cool. Like, they're decent characters, and they did a decent job with them. But I feel what you're saying, T-Dubs. Just like Kathleen Kennedy was going to die on the hill of the sequels and just kept leaning more and more into the sequels, and nobody likes the sequels. Nobody likes those characters. Nobody wants the sequels. Filoni has the same trope with his own properties. You are right. But Filoni also gave us The Mandalorian season 1 and 2. And then Kathleen Kennedy came in and just interfered and gave us Boba Fett in season 3. But Filoni's shown that he can do some really, really good stuff, man. I trust his track record more than I trust Kathleen Kennedy's. Ultimately, what I want them to do is fix legacies. They need to take the old extended universe, acknowledge that it's canon. They need to take the Disney era stuff currently, call it legacy, and just start making stuff based off that canon. It's that simple. It's that simple. Night Fight needs to be an ongoing title, and we can get Detective Comics back to twice a month? ? Night Fight is impossible to be an ongoing title. Impossible, because it's just while the main Batman is in like the heart of apocalypse. It can only be there for a little while, I guess. And Detective Comics, I don't want twice a month, just because my wallet. Detective Comics is really good though. I loved last week's issue where we get the Lion's backstory and stuff. I thought that was tough. I like the big containment suit he's working in right now too. There's some cool stuff, but I've every now and then they'll do stuff with Detective Comics. For a while there, about 4 years ago, they did this story arc called Shadow of the Bat with Marika Tamaki writing, where it was like Arkham Asylum had burned down and they built a new Arkham Tower, and it was a whole storyline about that. But they released it weekly. You got 4 issues of Detective Comics a month. And they did that for a 12-issue story arc. And they did it because they ultimately, as a company, DC wanted Detective Comics to have a higher numbering than Action Comics. Action Comics started being published first, so naturally it had a higher numbering. Action Comics 1000 was celebrated before Detective Comics 1000, for example. But because it's DC, they wanted Detective Comics to be the front running book. So they pumped out Detective Comic books for a while and found reasons to do so they could get it up there. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I enjoyed Ahsoka as well. Bring back more Anakin. Ain't it, though, dude? Ain't it? Ain't it? That was, man, what a few episodes when Ahsoka was going through those flashbacks and sparring with Anakin and the flashes of light with him. Man, that was something. I'm a prequel first guy. Like, I love the prequels more than anything with Star Wars. Like, not even close. I grew up on the originals. I love the originals, but the prequels are my jam. Anakin is the man. Anything that diminishes his legacy or takes away from the original story and its meaningfulness is absolutely trash in my mind. Like, absolutely trash. Anything that, like, oh, look, here's another kid that was made by the Force. Go to hell. Go to hell. This isn't canon. You don't exist. You hate Star Wars and you hate the fans. Anything that touches on and takes away from the importance of what those characters did and the stories they told, I don't mess with it. Hate it. The zombie stormtroopers were a thing before Disney even owned Star Wars, bro. Doesn't mean I liked it. The novel called The Death Troopers and the Dark Horse comics were even doing zombie troopers. Doesn't like it. Yeah, I'm not saying that was a Disney thing. I'm saying I just didn't care for the zombie troopers because they're just walking around. In a show like that, it just felt corny and didn't fit in. Felt corny and didn't fit in. Like, you can have zombie troopers without them walking around going, you know what I mean? They can still be undead troopers without just the slow walking moaning stuff to it. That kind of thing, you know? I invested a lot of time into the current legacy stories. There you go. There you go. Man, that stuff was the best, right? It's morphin time. What is going on, Steve? Hashtag love for Jar Jar. Can't wait for this boss battle issue. Yeah, it was fun, man. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I think it's going to split people, though, a little bit. Nice House by the Sea #7 is finally out. I fell off after issue 2. I love Nice House by the Lake, but Nice House by the Sea ain't do it for me. I might go back and read it once it's all out, but we'll see. Hey, this one I want to talk about. The new Godzilla issue 7's out this week. Last issue, I shared it on here when it came out. It had that Death of Superman issue 75 homage that they actually got Dan Jurgens and Breeding to come back and do the cover. They did the Death of Superman cover for Godzilla because he died in the last issue. Godzilla did. But in this new Kaisei era of Godzilla, the Kaisei energy that flows through Godzilla that gives him the atomic abilities, and it also gives other people abilities who live in these dead zones where these fights have taken place, and the excuse me, where the radiation persists afterwards and mutates and changes people. Godzilla turned out to be an energy being that his body is his shell. And check this out. There's a Clayton Crane cover for it too. That's the one that I had to pick up. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Clayton Crane goodness right there on a Godzilla cover for IDW. Look at that. Woo-wee. That's a cool cover. I'm excited to see what they do with him now. This Kaisei energy being Godzilla. Like, it's pretty much like kind of similar to the Death of Superman. It wasn't long after like he returned and he split into the energy beings. Like, we get Godzilla death and then energy being Godzilla, like bang, bang, pow. Like, I'm excited for this. Some pretty cool stuff happening in these Kaisei books. 52 months strong. Austin LeMay. Hey, gang, what is going on, homie? Lord of Brooklyn, greetings. Yeah, I read 30 plus novels. Good grief. That's a lot. You're pretty much a Star Wars expert at this time. Oh, that's right. Kathleen Kennedy said none of that matters. None of it. 52 months strong from Burke Family 54 Comics as well. We're getting close to my favorite number. Yeah, getting there. Oh, what, 17 months away? Artist extraordinaire, Austin LeMay. Yes, he is. 31 months strong. 31 months. Are we sure that's accurate? Hey, I don't keep count. YouTube does. Green Lantern Godzilla. Yeah. Construct Godzilla here. But yeah, good stuff right there. Good stuff right there. Yeah, I'm enjoying that Godzilla series. Turtles versus Godzilla. There's also a Godzilla like Infinity book from Marvel. It's like your cosmic characters with Godzilla. Oh, wait, here it is. Infinity Roar. I almost threw one of these in my box because I saw this cover right here. This Godzilla Infinity Roar. It's chrome cover. I'm like, oh, what's this? Oh, it's a Marvel crossover. I don't know why Marvel started pumping out so many Godzilla crossover books. They all get my attention, and then I put them all back. Like I don't understand what's going on. Just like what they do with their X-Men books or anything else out, they just play it to death and just do too much stuff with it. Like right out the gate. Like I don't get it. Like does this tie into the Godzilla versus the X? Who knows? Who knows? Is it just a random standalone? I don't know. Godzilla Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover is out. It's like everyone saw the huge success of the Godzilla X Justice League X Kong, and now like it's just there's like we'll take a license, please, and we're just gonna put out 50 different books a week on it. DC and Marvel presents Superman Spidey Treasury Edition. There you go. Now here's one that I passed on, which I don't know. Superman and his electric blue banner too, which is awesome. Chains of Love. Creeper and Livewire making out here. Love is in the air. Also, Death and Superman Chains of Love special. Step aside, Daily Planet. A new news force is taking the city of Metropolis by storm, and the former felon Livewire is released from prison. And Unholy Alliance and frankly wholesome romance with the Creepers forged in the fires of supervillain battle. But with the two of Metropolis' most notorious shock jock media personalities getting together, comes the debut of a new outlet to rival even that of the Daily Planet. Witness the rise of the Wiretap and some shocking surprises in the Superman Chain of Love special. So I guess this is like their Valentine's Day book. I typically pass on these holiday books. Cool video game versus cover. I don't know. Superboy looks weird there. Yeah, it's John Kent. Marika Andolfo cover. That's pretty cool. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Didn't really speak to me. Didn't really do it for me. Administration. The like button helps the channel. It's appreciated. 1000%. What is going on, JSS? Love that cover. Nothing beats Disco Godzilla and Disco Kong from your clip. Yeah. Black Spider 75. What is going on? Hope you're doing good today. Good to see you in there. But yeah, I don't know. This one, stuff like this tends to pop up on the DC Universe Infinite app pretty much day of because I have the Ultra tier. So I'll flip through it on there, see if it's something that I need to go back and pick up. Thundar the Barbarian is out after being delayed for a week, but all of these Hanna-Barbera books from Dynamite, I highly recommend all of them. Now, the Herculoids one ran for 10 issues. It's over if you go back and get it. Be prepared. The interior art is kind of basic compared to the rest, but all of these have been good. All of these have been good. And my dad, that SOB, Pops Addict, I wanted this Matina cover, right? And I just figure, I go on Tuesdays and look at the books that show up in the shop, and I don't do good at keeping up with my pull list. I just grab what's there and throw it in my box kind of thing. You know what I mean? Go through the stuff as they're organizing and all that stuff. I get there, I'm like, yo, I'll go through it. I don't see it, so I just grab a different cover. Paul gets there after a while. I'm like, Paul, did you not get Matina covers for this? He's like, your dad claimed it. I'm like, that SOB. That SOB. So even my pops, who's retired from monthlies, weeklies, whatever, he's even after these Hanna-Barbera number ones. But look at that. Look at that crazy cool Matina cover. Yeah, but I got the Rob Liefeld cover. That's what I went with. Oh, wow. Look at that. Phew. Good grief. That's wild. Cedric Polyat. Good grief. Man, there's a lot of good covers on this one. Look at that. Bjorn Barons. Linsner. Golly. There's Liefeld. I got the Liefeld. It's like the worst cover out of all of them. It's a good drawing. I like Liefeld, but it's just Thundar. The rest have all of the rest of them on there. There's the A cover. But yeah, I'm excited for it. Since Herculoid's in, it's good to get another one. Good to get another one. The new Thundar comic. I love that cartoon back when I was in 5th grade. Well, any parody covers? Dope. Just those. Just those. It's Dynamite, so they need 1,000 covers. Yeah, they got a good formula with them. Now, I'll tell you, some of those covers we looked at looked like retailer exclusives. Yeah, a lot of different retailers picked up variants for it. Oh, look at this Liefeld cover. It's a retailer exclusive on this one. I like that one a lot better. Because it's got all of them on it. You know what I mean? But that's a retailer exclusive. I guess Rob's selling that one himself. But yeah, they tend to do this. Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they do 5 covers. This is their formula, guys. You might not have noticed it or seen it, but you have the Cho, the Matina, the Barons, the Linsner, and the Liefeld. You have 5 covers. And what they'll do with those 5 covers is they'll make all their incentives out of it. So you'll have all 5 regular covers. Then there'll be virgins. So now you're up to 10. Then there'll be foils, 15, black and whites, 20. So they'll take the 5 covers and just do different variations of them. And those variations will get different incentives on them. But they tend to do 5 covers. Is Thundar a Jack Kirby creation? I don't know. I thought it was Hanna-Barbera, but I saw the Kirby Street sign on the A cover, on the Frank Cho cover. Yeah, if you look right there on the right over Thundar's right hand, there's a street sign, and it's broken, and it says IRBY Street. Liefeld reels are the best. His takes on showdowns are great. Dude, Liefeld's awesome. I agree. Those are fun. This person versus that person. I can see a He-Man parody or Star Wars parody poster. I haven't seen any yet. How many trees had to die to make that comic? All of them, Matt. All of them. Kirby worked for Hanna-Barbera. I didn't know that. That's awesome. Yeah, good stuff. Really good stuff. Well, you gotten some love there. Jason Aaron is writing this, by the way. This isn't just like some random, oh, it's a Hanna-Barbera cartoon from when our parents were kids. No, dude. This is like Dynamite's getting top tier talent on these things, guys. You saw the cover artist already, but Jason Aaron is writing this. Jason Aaron, who writes Absolute Superman, is writing this. By top tier writers and stuff. How does Dynamite stay in business with all their covers? It's really not that many covers. It's 5. It's 5 covers because they're only paying for 5 covers. The rest are it's the print run. They don't do large print runs on these books. They just, because their ratios are low. Their ratios are 1 in 5s, 1 in 10s, 1 in 15s, 1 in 20s, and 1 in 25s. But then they'll do like 1 in 100 or 1 in 50, something like that, which most shops won't even get. They've cracked the code to give you variety without overprinting. Thundar Blind Blacks, let's go. I'm hyped for Thundar. Yeah, they're also doing Terminator. That's another good one that they do. Loving that one. Outside of the Hanna-Barbera stuff, but yeah, them incentivizing low numbers has helped them out tremendously. Because again, like most comic books, you have to order 25 copies to get an incentive ratio, to get that 1 in 25 rare variant. But with Dynamite, you have to order 5. You order 5 and they'll give you your first incentive. You order 10 and you'll get 2 of the 1 in 5s and 1 of the 1 in 10. So it's a great incentive process that they've really brought the bar down, because they know that these aren't Marvel, these aren't DC, these are kind of niche, or these, they're kind of cult following stuff. So they realize that, and they're playing to it. It is working for them. It's working really good for them. Their business is growing. It's been a great year for Dynamite. Let's see. So they print 100 different covers, but only print 100 copies of the title. Something like that. I need another blind bag, honestly. Any chance DC does them for next level? I don't know. Terminator Metal was a great read. I grabbed a blind bag, but got nothing good. Yeah, I missed the blind bag for that. I read Terminator Metal. That's one that stays on my pool. Well, it was Terminator, kind of like what they did with Space Ghost, how they did 12 issues and then they changed it to season 2 and went back to number 1. They did the same thing with Terminator. They did just Terminator for 6 issues or whatever, and then they changed it to Terminator Metal and went back to issue number 1. But yeah, I'm loving it. Anyone reading the Event Horizon series? I'm curious if it's got good. Issue 4 out this week, but I have not been reading it. Love the movie. Love the movie. The owner of Dynamite, Nick, said he wants everyone to have a chance at a variant. Well, good on him. Very, very good on him. Because I think that literally nobody is doing variant formulas better than Dynamite. It's not even in question. It's not even close. Not even close. They got it blind bag. You mean blind bag? Without the eye? Yeah, they got it figured out. These shops that are so big they don't think about the little guy, or these companies get so big they don't even think about the little guy. It's wild. And it only helps everybody. You know, it helps the little guy, it helps the shop, and it helps the company because you're ultimately incentivizing more, a bigger incentive level. Like if you're doing lower incentive levels, because Marvel and DC, they have big books that sell a lot, but they also have books that don't sell a lot. If you incentivize those, it would work out a little bit better, you know? But yeah, kudos to him for that. Definitely, because these are some properties that I grew up with, thanks to my pops, that I really enjoy and I like. I like to see him have a good chance at succeeding. I like to see him getting in the hands of people. Space Ghost has gotten a lot of positive traction. Flash Gordon 15 out this week. Let's see, anything else of major note? There's subsequent printings of previous Absolute titles as well. Avatar, the Gap Year number 4 is out. I'm excited to read that. Those are always good. Yeah, Absolute Batman number 11, 5th print out. Regular Batman number 3, 2nd print out. Yeah, just all kinds of stuff, man. More Absolute Wonder Woman, more Absolute Superman. 2nd printing for Absolute Flash 26. Yeah, just regular old issues of Batman, Flash, Justice League have gone to subsequent printings. Regular printings of Justice League Unlimited, regular issue of Superman 31. A lot of stuff, man, at DC is selling out in gangbusters at a distributor level. It's wild. 4th printing for Event Horizon number 1 out this week. That might have been what I was thinking of, Tate. I could have sworn I've seen an issue 4 it came out, but subsequent printings of Event Horizon. So, dude, comics are really, really doing good right now. There's a lot of conversation, a lot of talk about if comic hobby or comic stores or comic as an industry is doing good. And you have a lot of people on both sides of the extreme. People saying comic shops are dying, and people saying, no way, Jose, look at these sales. Look, these are the top 10 books. Well, the top 10 is always going to be, you'll always have a top 10. If the comic shops are going to die tomorrow, there'd still be a top 10 list today. It doesn't mean those are substantial numbers to float the business forward. But I think that they're on a very, very good trend. If you look at sales that are trackable from the past 6 months versus a couple of years ago, it looks like there's a major upswing in just total units. And that's even like coming out of that weird bubble we had during COVID and the lockdown and stuff. Some good stuff. Also, on yesterday's cutoff, there's a new project called Comics, the magazine. Excited for a new mag. There you go. Look at one of the most expensive Supergirl covers was a 1 of 10. One of the most expensive Supergirl covers was a 1 of 10. Oh, low ratio. Was that a Michael Turner from his Supergirl? I remember back in maybe it was 2007-ish, around there, when the Supergirl series started with Michael Turner on the covers. There was ratios for that back then even. I've got them for the first few issues. Ratio's been around for a while. We have 2 brand new shops that have opened in the last couple of months in my area. Oof. We'll see if it turns out to be good timing or not, right? We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. I'm going to try to get this giveaway thing up. So did everyone see what's supposed to be coming out after the DC KO event with the landscape of the DC universe storytelling will be. There's a couple noticeable things. I've done a video on one of them, which was the what do you call it? The DC Next Level with some of the titles they announced. But in the existing titles, the stuff we have right now already, specifically the Superman stuff, we have kind of in my opinion, it's a little bit of a spoiler. Comics doing great. But it's the Superman books across the board, you know, they're in continuity. And they announced the reign of the Superboys. You know, you have the reign of Superman, what's the famous story after the death of Superman and stuff. But the different Superboys are going to be headlining different Superman titles. Superboy Prime will be headlining Superman proper, which I couldn't be more excited about. Could not be more excited about. John Kent is supposed to be de-aging back down to Super Sons John Kent and headlining a title. Not sure which one or for how long, or if the de-aging will be permanent. Action Comics already is a Superboy title. Boy Thunder from the pages of World's Finest, which is a young Magog. He'll be headlining something, maybe World's Finest for a little while. But it leads me to believe that Superman might be our clear-cut winner for this DCKO event. This whole Dark Side King Omega thing is a cosmic level issue. Our heroes and villains are fighting to also become a cosmic level being to face off against Darkseid. To be able to even step up to the plate, they have to go cosmic in scale. So I'm thinking that the fallout from KO might have some ramifications that lead Superman to not be able to be present in his mainline continuity books for a little while. We've seen this happen before. In the World saga, when he was off planet, John Kent had to step up. You know, we've seen like it happen before in Batman stuff when he was down and out and other people had to step up. It looks like one of those situations, one of those moments, but it leads me to believe that from what I see, the best evidence that I can gather, it looks like that could be the route that they're going with that. You know, at the beginning of this, they said that there's a Superman-centric storyline in the DCKO. So that's just where my bet is right now. That's where my bet is right now. Adam Hughes, Legion of Supergirl 13, 1 of 10. I think Supergirl on a Rock. But that cover didn't have multiple different colored versions. Wonder Man. Wonder Man was a good show. I hope everybody gave it a shot. It's a rare W from the MCU. If you watched Apple TV projects before, this will make perfect sense. Wonder Man is a what if Apple produced an MCU show. Like, it's good. It's good. Today's hashtag, Comics Doing Great, brought to you by Tate Prime. Tate Prime. Follow him on social medias. Keep up with him. See what he's up to these days. Tate Prime, co-author of The Shift, which 3/4 of the backers received. Yo, I think I got my copy. If I ever open my mail, I'd know for certain, but I think I got my copy thanks to Tate. Did you pre-order comics, the magazine? Question mark. No, I sure did not. I don't even know what it is. Tate mentioned it earlier, but I don't even know what it is. Oh, see, Tate did. Oh, gift to the ninja, freaking Ninja Man. A ninja. I wish Wizard Magazine would make a comeback. So Comics the Magazine is like a new Wizard magazine coming out or something? Like something comparable? Oh, Toy Fair Magazine with the Mego Theater. That was like the OG Robot Chicken. What is up, Mad Respect? Glad you can make it. Better late than never. Oh man, it's gonna be good. What is it though? What is it? Okay, basically. Okay. Well, I'll call Paul here in a little bit and like, Paul, did you get a Comics the Magazine, whatever that is? I'm told that I need one. It's recommended to me. It was promised to me 3,000 years ago. I need one. And I'll come back and get it, throw it in my box. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Maybe he's got extra. Maybe they're all called for already. I don't know. I'm terrible about looking ahead of time at what's coming out and what's not. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Thank you, Brother John. I'm actually hitting that link right now. Comics Magazine issue 1 on sale soon. 100,000 orders for Comics the Magazine issue number 1. That's cool. The website, John, has a ticker of how many people have pre-ordered it. Last call, FOC February. Oh, today's the FOC for it. It's not out yet. Comics the Magazine. You demanded. Do you love comics? Do you want to read more comics that you will love? Do you wish there were a magazine you could pick up every month that also loves comics? This is it. Oh, I have seen this. I passed right by it on the old Instagrams. This. Y'all might have seen that picture before. What an appropriate issue 1 cover. Okay. Okay. That's cool. Is it from DC? Is DC the one producing it? It is. Yo, DC's like, we're gonna dominate the market. Here we come. That's crazy. I love it. Absolutely love it. Let's see if we can shift this over. Yeah, I like that better. I like that better. Yeah, that's cool. Thank you, John. Look at John coming in clutch. That's why he has a wrench. That's why he has a wrench. I'm doing Wizard of YouTube in my channel. That's what I want my channel to be. I'm doing Wizard of... You want to cast spells? Who are you, Dumbledore? Not out yet, just pre-orders. $2.99. That's not bad. That's not bad. Is it? I wonder if it's going to be magazine size or comic format size. Yeah, they make magazines. You get them at like the Green Walls or CVS. Got magazine sections at the Walmart. Out in March. All right. All right. Prayers for the members of the comic family. Yeah. So some of us were made aware, like just shortly before my stream started. There's a friend in the comic book community who's in the hospital right now. I'm not going to put his personal business out there, but yeah, if you have a higher power, pray to that higher power, send good vibes. He needs it. Yep, there's where I saw it as well. Scott Snyder shared it. Yeah. I just thought it was a random like pop art picture of Absolute Batman. Absolute Batman's everywhere right now. Prana Publishers. It had like a copyright for DC on the cover on the spine side. You're a wizard, is he? Isidore. Yeah. Comic book size. Okay. I might just flip through it and leave it on the shelf for the next guy. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Made it to the bottom of the chat there. Let's see. As a reminder, I'm giving away today Boss Battle Superman Homelander variant by Derek Robertson. It's a one-shot. And then the most recent issue of Absolute Superman, beautiful cover art by Inyak Lee. Plus 4 bonus comics. Yeah. Let me get my little bonus tray out here. Get my little bonus tray out. I got bonus stuff in here. You know, I got cards and stuff here. We'll throw a cool painted Lobo card from the what is this from the DC Skybox Masters? Hawkwoman. That's appropriate. Hawkman's on the thing. Maybe throw in one of these ABX wristbands. We'll do that. So how about some Cosmic Odyssey featuring Etrigan, Darkseid, and Dr. Fate? Cosmic Odyssey going in there. And then the sealed pack of cards. Yeah, I gotta go over here and grab some. Oh, my knees. Now a lot more sealed packs, but they got the these are the HRO cards, varying characters from modern art to classic art, as well as Black Adam movie trading cards included. ABX Comics and Games Chrome sticker going in there. So some extra goodies going in there, as well as 4 extra comics. So these 4 extra comics range from, that's from 1987. It's from okay, it looks like 3 of them are from 1987, featuring 3 different titles completely. But I'll show you the modern one from the DC Rebirth era. This is cool. This is before they started putting the artist names on the barcode, but freaking Lobo cover. The main man's pretty popping right now. And I'll show you one more on the back. Yeah, I'll show you. There's one more. This is issue 5 of Captain Atom. Pat Broderick art featuring Firestorm, whose brand new series is about to kick off. So Captain Atom and Firestorm on there. So a variety of things, plus all the little bonuses, all going in there thanks to the people that contribute the super chats on these Tuesday streams. It helps make these giveaways possible. And last but not least, going in there, of course, the Comics Curing Cancer sticker. Guys, if y'all ever win one of these giveaways, I don't request anything of you whatsoever. But if you do have social media presence, it would be super cool if you like took a picture and made a post and show off, like the fact that Comics Curing Cancer or ABX or hell, even the channel here, where you got it from. It'd be cool to share it out and see if we get some more people here hanging out with us and stuff. It's a good time, and the more people, the merrier. The more people that watch and participate, the more I'm able to do, because 100% of the stuff I do is made possible by viewers and contributors to the channel. It takes a village. All right, let's spin this thing. Oh, 29 new messages. Let's see. That escalated quickly. Last month, Absolute Superman you gave away popped on secondary that week. Constantly books I give away pop on the secondary market. I don't know. Go back on my Instagram, because I post the pictures of the Tuesday giveaways every time. I gave away numerous copies of Absolute Batman issue 1, cover A included. I gave away the Batman and Absolute Batman annual, the second print Batman annual, that Absolute Superman with that all black cover. I intentionally try to grab covers that I think are tight, that I think are hot. Not covers that I keep for myself, that I buy for myself, but stuff that I'm like, what will the general public think of these? People like me and myself, I'm a cover A guy. I'm buying them to read them, to put them away. A lot of other people do that too. So I want to get covers that cover chasers like. And by doing that, if you're a cover A guy, you probably didn't get these covers anyway. So it's my method to make it a win-win thing for everybody who watches and participates. So it's one of those things. But very often, the covers that I pull that I give away are the ones that pop for like $15 to $30 on the secondary market. Happens all the time. I just watch it. I just laugh. I'm like, man, hit again. That's right. Hit again. But yeah, I'm glad when they do. It makes me happy when they do. The channel membership giveaway that I do, if you're a channel membership in the Legion tier, the channel membership that I do, those giveaways, I plan those out so far in advance to make them where I can do really, really big giveaways for really, really affordable prices. Like, y'all know I show this book off often. This is not a reprint. This is first print, the original first appearance of Lobo. I'll be giving this away the month that the movie comes out. So I've had it for a long time, knowing that Lobo was coming to the Supergirl movie, but I intentionally get stuff like that and I hold it until it's relevant, because that's when people are the most excited to win something like that. And at the same time, that's also just naturally when stuff is more valuable. So I get stuff way out in advance. I sit on it for a long time and give it away when it's relevant, which also just happens to be when it's most valuable. It ends up being like mega giveaways and stuff. But I try to make it fun for people. That way, when you win something of a lot of value. And I'm a really, really good shopper. So I'm able to try to convert small dollars into large dollars amounts like that. Pat Broderick is a great artist. He is. I met him at Heroes Con numerous times. Get some stuff signed from him, art from him. I see 3 stickers on my store folio. Hell yeah. That's awesome, dude. Voice of a cat whisperer. Animals do love me, man. They do love me. I've been busting on the ops on the regular. Betty Watt, there you go. Well, glad you can make it. Glad you could take a moment from busting on the ops and pop in on the irregular here. All right, y'all ready to get to it? Y'all know the rules. If you are a channel member in the Legion tier, it's free shipping worldwide. Otherwise, it's free shipping in the United States. If you're international, I can give you a $10 shipping credit, or you can prize tag somebody in the chat. If you're in Canada, Mexico, Europe, Germany, Indochina, wherever, if you win, you can prize tag somebody whose name's in the chat instantly, or I'll just pick a random person. And that's how that'll go. But good luck to everybody. Let's spin it. Garfong, number 40. Not just Garfong, number 1. Not number 2. Not even number 3 through 39. But Garfong 40. Congratulations. You are today's winner for the new DC Day giveaway. Be sure to message me on Instagram. Message me on Instagram immediately and let me know where you want it sent, because as soon as I end these streams, I like to pack this stuff up and get it rocking and rolling. Otherwise, it'll end up being a day or two later. But yeah, congratulations. Cliff says, Lorena, woo! Using people's government name. I see how you are, Cliff. I see you, Cliff. But yeah, congratulations, number 40. I appreciate everybody coming and hanging out today. About to hop off here, get ready to start getting ready for the kids to get home, back to the regular scheduled programming here in our lives. Now that the snow is gone, everyone's feeling better. Karate night tonight, school homework, and bed on time. We're going to watch The Wrecking Crew. We're going to get the kids in bed, and the wife and I are going to try to watch the new Jason Momoa, Dave Bautista film on the Amazons. Looking forward to that. I don't see Garfong commenting in the chat. Cliff, if you know the individual, please reach out to them and tell them to reach out to me. That would be fantastic. Have a good day, everyone. Prayers up. Yes, everybody. And might have a video out tomorrow, might not. Otherwise, I'll see you guys Friday morning and then Sunday night for At Week's End. Hope everybody can make it. I think it's a sports ball weekend, so it'll be fun. We'll have like 3 people watching while everyone else is watching the Super Bowl. But oh well. Oh well. All right, everybody. Have a good one. Until next time, as always, I'm Mark, but we are Legion.
You are who you choose to be.